The iPhone, 2007 to 2021. Hey guys! Today we're going to be looking at how Steve Jobs revolutionized the smartphone market when he announced the iPhone in 2007. We will delve at how this phone has changed the smartphone landscape. The iPhone is not only one of the best-selling gadgets of all time, but as a phone revolutionized the phone market. Since when it was first announced on January 9, 2007, the phone has sold over 1.5 billion units and created a platform for developers, store owners, and accessory makers. In fact, Apple has become synonymous with the iPhone. The journey to develop the phone originated with Steve Jobs when he challenged his engineers to research more on the viability of touchscreens. Before its launch, PDAs were quite popular, but their functionality was limited due to portability and software. Jobs realized people were looking for something that resembled a cell phone, but with capabilities to run apps, listen to music, and do all the stuff one does on a PDA. The iPhone Beta was created in 2004, and this enabled engineers at Apple to fine-tune the product. At this time, Jobs was also involved in other projects like the iPod and iTunes. The latter was introduced in 2001 and was an instant hit for music lovers. The collaboration between Apple and Motorola led to the development of the Motorola ROKR E1, which was one of the first models to use iTunes. However, Steve Jobs was not very pleased with the design, and Apple later discontinued their support for the phone. Launch of the iPhone. It is on January 9, 2007 at the Macworld Convention that Jobs announced the first iPhone. The phone was later to be released on June 29, 2007 to an eager audience. Media coverage of the phone was extensive, and the phone supported 2G at the time. When the phone finally hit the stores, people were lining up for it. Within the first week, Apple had sold 270,000 iPhones, and by Labor Day, they had sold 1 million units. The 4GB, 8GB phone weighed 4.8 ounces and was named by Time magazine as the invention of the year. By July of 2008, Apple App Store was launched, and this enabled users to download favorite apps on their phones. By 2012, Apple had sold over 200 million units of the phone, hence making Apple one of the most valuable corporations in the world. iPhone sales had great years in 2015, 2016, and 2017. Sales are projected to be better once the iPhone 12 is launched universally. The phone seeks to set the bar due to its superior camera and processor. iPhone 3G. The iPhone 3G was released in July 11, 2008. It was launched to sort out some of the shortcomings with the original iPhone. The first change was that the phone was 3G compliant. This meant you could download and surf the web faster. The App Store iOS 2 was also introduced, and this allowed third-party developers to create their own apps. For size, it was the same size as the original iPhone, having a screen of 3.5 inches, 8.89 centimeters. It weighed less at 4.7 ounces and had a resolution of 380 by 420 pixels. This gives you 165 ppi. The phone was also available in more countries, and this further opened Apple's outreach and revenue. iPhone 3GS. The reason for the S was because the iPhone had become so popular, yet technologies to support constant updates were not feasible every year. Some improvements to its predecessor included VoiceOver for accessibility, Nike plus iPod for training and voice control. The phone also weighed more but now had 600 MHz processor with 256 MB of RAM. For the camera, one got a 3.0 megapixel camera that worked well for video recording. By this time, the iPhone was a much sought-after smartphone globally. iPhone 4. By this time, Apple had sold over 30 million units of the iPhone, and this made it one of the most popular and desired phones in the market. The iPhone 4 was launched in June 24, 2010. Jobs during the launch claimed that you will find more than 100 new improvements to the phone. One cool feature was the FaceTime. This helped take communication to another level, as you could video chat with other iPhone users. The new phone was made from stainless steel instead of plastic and glass. The phone was 25% thinner than the iPhone 3GS and had an improved screen resolution of 960 by 640 pixels. The pixel density was higher at 326 ppi. Other specs included Apple A4 processor, 5-megapixel rear camera, 2 microphones, and the VGA front-facing camera for FaceTime. This was later followed by the iPhone 4S as an upgrade in October 14, 2011. iPhone 5. The phone was released in September 21, 2012. It stood out due to its use of ultra-fast LTE network, improved Siri, and Facebook integration. The screen was for the first time increased to 4 inches and resolution set at 1136 by 640. iPhone 6 and 6 Plus. The resolution was increased to 1334 by 750 pixels, and it had what Apple called a Retina display HD. The phone was heavier at 6.07 ounces and was the first to introduce Near-Field Communication (NFC). This enabled one to use their phone for payments. iPhone 7. This was launched in September 16, 2016. Apple ditched the headphone jack, and this meant you could only connect via Bluetooth for music, a move that was heavily criticized. The phone was water and dust resistant. It also had improved performance and battery life. From the table, you can observe that the iPhone 7 is the best-selling iPhone in the US market. However, the iPhone XS and iPhone 12 are bent to topple the smartphone market with their fast processors and cameras. iPhone 8 and Plus. Launched in September 22, 2017, one outstanding feature was inductive charging. The phone also had Apple A11 quad-core processor. iPhone X. Launch date November 3, 2017. Cool changes include the OLED screen. Apple got rid of its iconic home button, and the phone introduced facial recognition. Apple then made some upgrades in the form of the iPhone XS and XS Max. iPhone 11. Launched on September 10, 2019, the phone had an upgraded processor, Apple A13 Bionic, and it now featured 2 rear cameras. The phone also offered ultra-wide-angle photos and wide-angle photos. The battery life was extended, and it was available in a variety of colors. iPhone 12. The latest addition to the iPhone franchise is the iPhone 12 that was launched on October 23, 2020. It features a 6.1 or 5.4-inch screen, 5G support, OLED displays with ceramic shield, A14 Bionic chip, and improved cameras. The phone is much awaited by millions of iPhone fans from across the world who would want an upgrade. The iPhone XR remains one of the best-selling Apple phones. From the table, you will note that Samsung has more products on the list than Apple, meaning demand for their phones is on the rise. Which is your favorite iPhone? Do you prefer the iPhone to the Samsung? What iPhone would you want to own in the future? Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Thanks for watching the video.